Hi, I thought I would do something new and come live tonight. So I'm very excited to be here, and I'm going to start this live session talking about breath with a sutra. This is from the Radiance Sutras by Dr. Lauren Roche. So enter these turning points where the rhythm of life transforms into each other. Breath flows in, filling. In this moment, drink eternity. Breath flows out. Emptying. Offering itself to infinity. Cherishing these moments, mind dissolves into heart. Heart dissolves into space. Body becomes a vibrant field, pulsating between fullness and emptiness. So I invite you to take a breath with me. How does your breath feel? So often, our breath is just there, and we don't notice it until something happens, like we become anxious. Now, for me, when somebody tells me to relax, well, automatically my breath gets tense. And I feel like it's jagged and I can't. Tell me to take a deep breath, and immediately I feel like I'm panting. I don't know if I'm just contrary or if I just don't get the whole breath thing. That's what I've always felt like. Until I started really focusing on giving myself permission to just be, to be without the judgment and the expectation that I was placing on myself. And when I did that, everything changed, because then it didn't matter if I could get a good breath. Excuse me. It didn't matter if I could get a good breath. because I just accepted the breath that I had. And then this crazy, wonderful thing happened. And I felt gratitude. I felt gratitude for the breath that I had. And acceptance and gratitude led me into this place where I could relax and breathe and actually focus on the breath and enjoy it. I could pay attention to how a yawn would open up my throat and allow this air into my chest, into my lungs, opening it all up. I could feel that. I could pay attention to it. I could notice air coming through my mouth and tumbling over my lips. I could notice that these subtle little things made me feel good and maybe even gave me pleasure when I thought about it. I accepted it. It wasn't the traditional way that you would think when you relax and breathe of how you should feel, but something happens when you just accept. It's a kind of sensuality and pleasure that doesn't have to be related to an act. It's just related to being. Just being. And that feeling of acceptance and gratitude and being and letting the flow occur. So I invite you tonight to just think about your breath and allow it to be whatever it is. And just think about it the way that it is. If it's fast, how does that feel? If it's jagged, And as you accept and think about how it feels, do you notice it changing? And if you notice it changing, how does that feel? That time that you give yourself to do that, that's a meditation. Let's take one more breath together, whatever kind of breath you have. So it looks like I have someone watching live. Do you have any questions for me? I hate that I don't know, like I do on Facebook, who's watching. But thank you for joining me. And if you watch this in the replay, thank you for joining me. And if you like it that I went live and you'd like to see more lives, just give me a thumbs up. Thanks. Have a blessed night.